Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the contenders for the women's compound gold medal final for the championship of the world.
Now we get set for the women's compound gold.
Now this is interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with Van Caspel. Balzhanova is an experienced compound archer that I've seen her name here and there.
Saw her earlier today in the team competition.
On target,
Shot well earlier today, and this is Inge van Caspel of the Netherlands, who got by Russia's Natalia Amedeva 6-4, then defeated Christy Collin by the same score in the semi. She ends up in the gold medal match. And there's a good look at her coach. Viktoria Balzhanova of Russia defeated Italy's Laura Longo 6-2 in the quarterfinals. Then won a shoot-off in the semis with Linda Ochoa of Mexico. Both had shots in the gold ring, but Victoria's was the closest to the center, as we've talked about repeatedly here this afternoon. So she reaches the finals here in Las Vegas. So it'll be Balzhanova for Russia, Van Caspel from the Netherlands.
And I see why I'm not familiar with Van Caspel. She's so young and she's just out of the junior ranks, but she has lots of experience. I believe she's been a junior world champion, youth world champion.
Just 21 years old. Won the Youth Archery World Championships in Ogden, Utah back in 2009. So
this is one of the anomalous matches where Van Caspel was ranked 13th in the ranking round here and Balzhanova was ranked 23rd. So it's one of those things where it shows what the elimination round can do for you, even if you have a slightly bad day in the ranking round.
10.
So the folks who set the odds here in Las Vegas might not have predicted that these two would end up in this match.
I would guess not.
I would guess not. You went down to the sports book and placed your bet. And if you had bet on Van Caspel and Balzhanova,
you'd be in a good way right now. You'd be very pleased.
Yes, as we say back in Missouri, you'd be in tall cotton.
Okay.
There's a bullseye for Balzhanova. 2 bullseyes to start off with for the Russian archer.
9.
A bit of movement on the bow there.
Cost her just a little bit, yeah.
So 9-10-9, all Balzhanova needs to do is hit the gold, but she'd like to really lock it down with a 10 just to send a message.
10-10-9, the first set goes to Viktoria Balzhanova.
Good enough to pick up 2 points and take the lead.
The other philosophy is why waste your 10s when you don't need to.
Hold them for the time when it really counts the most. So Balzhanova with 29 points outscores Van Caspel by 1 point, picks up 2 points in that set to take a 2-0 lead. Once again, just need to get to 6 points first and you have won your match. This is the women's compound gold medal match.
We've seen a couple of these leads dissipate though.
We have, haven't we? Winning the first set has not necessarily been advantageous here in this individual championship session.
Not at all, although it's never a bad thing.
No, given the choice, I'll take the points.
For sure. Just make sure you don't get complacent.
So Van Caspel, who came to Las Vegas ranked 40th in the world. Her best ranking was 35th back in the fall of 2010. She was 9th at the World Championships last summer in Torino, though, so that was perhaps a sign of what was to come.
10.
She's come to Las Vegas and she shoots a 10 to start the second set.
9.
Just out, a little bit low. Van Caspel doesn't quite take advantage of that 9. Gives Balzhanova a chance to get back in this match with a 10 here, or this set I should say.
10-9,
there's the 10.
probably a 10.
On the line, but every bit of 10. So we're tied at 19 here in the second set. And Van Caspel trying to break that tie. Forge back into the lead. Yeah.
But still, it's 9 points, right? So Balzhanova has an opportunity. Here's where she needs that 10 on the last arrow, right? She saved it from the last 10. She's going to get it right here.
She goes up 4-0 in the match as she wins the second set with a 10 on her third and final shot of the second set. So coming through at crunch time, Balzhanova.
Definitely looking nervous, though. Her hands, that's the second time I've seen her going for the towel to dry off her hands.
Balzhanova just 24 years old. We were talking about how young Van Caspel is, but Balzhanova 24 years old, the winner of a World Cup gold medal with her women's team back in 2009 in Croatia. Also won a team gold medal that year in Shanghai as well as Korea. A lot of experience, but I imagine it. You never really completely lose those butterflies, do you? It's competition. It's competition.
Well, the butterflies help you out.
Yeah.
Right? They give you that little bit of extra energy. They
put you on edge a little bit, don't they?
And they remind you that you care about this, which is excellent.
And if you don't have a little bit of adrenaline going,
you'll just be flat.
Yeah.
It'll be hard to shoot 10s. You'll shoot a lot of 9s. It'll be very hard to shoot 10s. On the other side, if you're too excited, once again, hard to shoot 10s, you'll shoot a lot of 9s. You got to find that zone right in the middle.
Van Caspel closing that left eye.
Trembling a little bit.
With a 9.
Just drops a 9.
Roll the door.
10.
And a 10 for Viktoria Balzhanova.
That's an extremely tight group with only one arrow sort of any distance at all from that little 10 ring. A little bit of a bobble. See, there's a little bit of shaking going on with Caspel.
10, 9,
Caspel's over there.
But she straightened out the shot and got a 10. Or at least we think it is. They'll put an asterisk by the 9. And Balzhanova.
There's another big 9. That's only her second arrow that's been any real distance from the 10 ring, though.
Back to Van Caspel.
There's a 10, so with a 10, it could be the end of the match. We could see our second straight set match. Hard to know with that 9 asterisk.
Brady Ellison won in straight sets earlier.
That's a 9. Now it becomes interesting.
Okay.
It could be 5-1, or it could be 4-2. Because that 9 asterisk, if that becomes a 10, Van Caspel's going to win her first set.
That changes the complexion of things.
A little bit.
So Balzhanova even a little bit more nervous now than she was before, as she anxiously awaits the verdict from the judges.
It doesn't change things too much for Balzhanova's case, because she still has a little bit of a cushion. 4-2, she can still afford to lose another set without a problem. If they tied and she's still in a good position, and if she wins outright, she wins the entire match. So she's still in a pretty good position, even if Van Caspel manages to win this set. But if they split it, it puts her in just that little bit better, where all she has to do is tie the next set and she wins outright.
So basically what you're saying, Hugh, is there's a lot up in the air right now.
Oh, yes, until we know for sure what that arrow is going to do, there's a raft of options for what may happen. And she got the 10, so she gets the 2 points.
So we play on here in Las Vegas.
4-2. If Viktoria Balzhanova wants to win this match right now, she has to win this set.
Balzhanova won the first 2 sets to take a 4-0 lead. Then Van Caspel shoots a 9 and 2 10s and outscores Balzhanova 29-28 in that third set. Picks up the 2 set points and now trails 4-2 in the match.
Van Caspel's done exactly what she needed to do if she wants to start to mount a comeback.
Both of these archers competing in their first indoor world championships, and there's a 10.
New target face and a good 10. So they'll have changed that target face because Van Caspel was chewing up that bottom of the 10 ring, which was making it hard to call.
9 just out.
I'm not sure about that. Oh,
We
they're
would
calling, the
need a
spotters
closer
are agreeing.
look.
Yeah, the spotters are agreeing, so it must be a 9.
9.
Opportunity for Balzhanova to tie up this set with a 10.
10.
There it is. Tied set. Which means that all Balzhanova needs to do is, no, I'm wrong, sorry. I thought they'd split that last one. If Balzhanova shoots a 10 here, they'll split the set.
Right, and she has to shoot a 10 to split this set. Otherwise, we're tied up at 4-all. Anything less than a 10, she got the 10.
5-3. Still anybody's game. Slightly in favor of Balzhanova.
So Inge van Caspel showing a great competitive spirit here, falling behind 4-0 in this match, winning the third set to cut the lead in half at 4-2, and then splitting this fourth set to split the points, pick up one more point. And she now trails 5-3, but if she wins this fifth set, she ties the match at 5-all, and we're headed for another shoot-off. 5-3 in favor of Balzhanova.
Looks like the scores are confirmed.
So we'll see who gets to go first. Van Caspel.
That will be Van Caspel.
On the left, shooting at target number 1.
Well, nice.
And they clear the field of play. There's Roger Willett Jr., who won the World Cup in the men's compound in Istanbul last year. Had a big smile out of Roger. So a 9 to start the fifth round.
Not what she was really looking for. Gives an opportunity to Balzhanova here to take a lead and put some really strong pressure on Van Caspel. There's the 10.
Which she does.
Right, that's exactly what she needed. Van Caspel now really has to buckle down and hope for Balzhanova to make a mistake. That's some good shooting right there under pressure.
But right now things are really out of her control. Besides what she does.
Right. All she can do is shoot 10s from here on out and hope. Oh, a little bit of a tremble there.
Yes,
got away with it. Another nice 10.
Seems like every time somebody trembles, they're able to pull it out and shoot a 10.
That's why they're up in the gold medal match here.
You are watching some of the best archers in the world on display here in Las Vegas, and there appears to be a 10.
So Balzhanova with a 10 will win. With a 9 will win. Anything else?
We're headed for a shoot-off.
There's a 9.
That's it's over. Game, set, and match. Balzhanova extended by Inge van Caspel, who made a gutty comeback and made a match of it after falling behind 4-0. But it is Balzhanova in her first Indoor World Championship, and she wins her first Indoor World Championship gold medal. So a good day's work.
Wow, that's 2 first World Championships and first medals.
Thank you.
Linda Ochoa being the earlier one with the bronze, and now Balzhanova winning her first. But this is probably also Van Caspel's first Indoor World Championship.
It is. It is. And I'm sure we'll see much more of her in the future.
All 3 women compound medalists are first timers. Beginner's luck? I doubt it. They're all very experienced on the outdoor circuit.
So Viktoria Balzhanova surveys the scene, takes it all in, and it's a moment she'll remember as she leaves the stage with that 6-4 victory. Wins the match 6-4. Took the first 2 sets. Saw Van Caspel battle back.